Brian, let me ask you one thing, and I'm going to try to take as much of the charge out of this and just ask you about campaign strategy from one side to the other. If one candidate were to be officially nominated and give his acceptance speech in front of 80,000 people at what he still calls Mile High Stadium, I'm not saying this is one particular party's candidate, but if one were to do that tomorrow and he was a significantly different figure than other presidential nominees have been in the past for some demographic purposes, would it behoove the other campaign from the other major party to leak out the vice presidential identity for its own ticket a day in advance of the formal announcement on Friday? Would you think that might be possible?
Perhaps you've been on the interwebs tonight. Perhaps that motivates your carefully calculated question, having taken any of the political sting out of it for me, and thank you very much, Keith. If one were trying to blunt such an outdoor speech in front of, say, columns, one would potentially start to spool out the excitement over maybe an 11 a.m. Friday morning announcement. By the way, with a Cat 3 hurricane heading to points unknown in the Gulf of Mexico. And Chuck Todd's been, to his everlasting credit, even though he used the word "rawr" on television tonight, and I'm surprised by that. I'll talk to him later. He's been banging this drum for the past 3 days that we could be in a split-screen America next week, and let's hope these predictions are wrong about this storm for the Republicans' big party. To your point about moving outdoors tomorrow night, the microphone's gone. It's in a briefcase. This venue is in effect over, and of course it sounds like that old song about packing up after the concert. Our men and women are working all through the night to get us over to the outdoor venue where we'll continue this tomorrow.
A question for the managing editor of the Nightly News. If you have to put together a news budget early next week or midweek, and you have to choose in the lead item between a Category 4 hurricane named Gustav coming up from the Gulf, and the selection of Governor Pawlenty as the vice presidential nominee of the Republican Party, what would come in first?
Well, it looks like, as the calendar's going to have it, Chris, we're going to have the second answer first. We're going to have a veep, and then we're going to have landfall either late in the weekend or early next week. So Mother Nature will take care of that. You've got to put, I suppose at the end of the day, and we're all in hypothetical land here, you've got to put humans before politics, but you've also got to exert a whole lot of fairness and make sure all of our coverage, as you well know, is even Steven. So, boy, are we heading into an interesting week again. Let's hope all these weather models are wrong and the mountains of Haiti have shredded this storm beyond repair. But this is a dangerous season in more ways than one.
Well, Brian Williams, Tom Brokaw, and meteorologist Chuck Todd, great thanks to all three of you over there inside the Pepsi Center. We'll let them come over and pack you guys up as well. Thanks, gentlemen.